Hello, book lovers. Welcome back to another video. Thank you for tuning in. So imagine being taken from your home as a child, forced into slavery, and subjected to unimaginable horrors during wartime. Now imagine surviving all of that and telling your story to the world. That is the heartbreaking yet deeply important story of Grass, a graphic memoir by Keum Suk Gendry-Kim. So, Grass by Keum Suk Gendry-Kim. This book is a visually stunning, deeply emotional, and historically significant work that brings to life the experiences of Lee Ok-sun, one of the many Korean women forced into sexual slavery by the Japanese Imperial Army during World War II. So, let's get into why this book is a must read. So, Grass, like I said, it was written by Keum Suk Gendry-Kim and translated by Janet Hong. And I think these two have been collaborating on most of Keum Suk Gendry-Kim's works, which have been translated into English. I think Janet Hong has translated all of them so far, as I know. And Keum is a highly regarded and successful manhwa artist. Her graphic novels include The Song of My Father, Jisoo and Kogeyi, and various other works. And Grass was I'm pretty sure it was her first book to be translated into English, but some of her other books have been translated into French. She has a bit of a following in France. She received a Best Creative Manhwa Award for her short manhwa Sister Media. And she's also had several exhibitions of her work here in Korea and in Europe. And her work frequently concerns people who are outcasts or marginalized in society in some way. The translator, Janet Hong, is also very successful in her own right. So she's a translator, and familiar watchers of the channel might recognize her name. I've reviewed several of her excellent translations elsewhere, and she seems to have a talent for finding and collaborating on very worthwhile and accomplished and interesting projects. So, for example, she won the 2018 First Translation Prize for her translation of Han Yuju's The Impossible Fairy Tale. Also translated Ha Song-nan's Flowers of Mold and Anko's Bad Friends, both of which you can find reviews of on the channel. But anyway, coming back to Grass. So Grass is a memoir and life story that follows a young Korean girl from childhood into old age. And it actually won an award from a French newspaper in 2019. And when they were handing out the award, they said, this is the details of the award. The Humanity Comic Book Award, founded to celebrate graphic novels that deal with issues concerning human rights, was awarded for the first time this year. Judges praised Grass for depicting the suffering of Korean women who were forced into sexual slavery under the Imperial Japanese military during the Pacific War. And Grass has also been translated into French, Italian, Japanese, Arabic, and Portuguese. And like I said, it's a graphic memoir and true story. So whose life is recorded in Grass? So this book is about Lee Ok-sun. So Lee was forced into sexual slavery for the Japanese army during the Second World War. Keum visited Ok-sun, who was an old woman. Is an old woman, and interviewed her several times and recorded her experiences and memories for this book. The story starts with Ok-sun as a little girl living in poverty with her family under Japanese colonial rule. They're extremely poor, frequently very hungry, and their situation becomes even worse after her father has an accident and can't work anymore. Her parents decide to put Ok-sun up for adoption, but they're essentially tricked. Ok-sun is sold into working for a restaurant where she is treated very poorly and forced to work very hard. One day, when she can't bear it any longer, she runs away. When she runs away, she's kidnapped by two men who transport her and several other young Korean girls into captivity with the Japanese army, which at the time was fighting inside China. So how does Keum depict the trauma Ok-sun experienced in captivity? So it's very challenging. So this is a frequently deeply unsettling work that doesn't shy away from the nature of the experiences that Ok-sun had. The page layouts and design and images are all extremely effective, and they work together, they work in concert to convey the trauma and the tragedy of parts of her life story. And Gum is very skilled at using um, wordless panels and pages to emphasize or give meaning to parts of Ok-sun's life. And it seems almost impossible that someone could survive the prolonged experiences which she had to endure. But she does survive, and after the war, finds some measure of happiness. So, like I said, very important work and absolutely worth reading. So, what do you think? Have you read Grass or any other graphic novels that explore difficult historical topics? How do you feel about graphic novels as a way of preserving history? So, please feel free to leave a comment. And if you found this review meaningful, don't forget to like the video to support the channel, subscribe for more deep dives into literature and history, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new upload. And as always, thanks for watching. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.